Okay, Unit 9, Lesson 1, page 5. And it looks something like that. Actually, it looks exactly like this. The question is, explain how you can balance both sides by only making changes to one of the sides. Now, in class, I showed the kids how you could answer it. If you are somebody who would say like, "Oh, I'd really like to make changes to the left," I'm going to answer it both ways. So, what can I do to the left to make it balanced? Well, I'm going to count. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 on the left, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on the right. So, what do I need to add to the left side to make it balanced? 4. So, part A, I would say, to make it balanced, to make the scale balance, I would add 4 to the left side. Part B wants me to write an equation. Well, if I'm adding 4, I've already started with 4. I would do 4 plus 4 to give me 8. This side represents the right part of the scale. This side represents the left. And this plus 4 represents what changes I'm making. If you are somebody who would prefer to do something to the right, then you would say, to make the scale balance, I would take 4 away from the right. And part B is asking for an equation. There's 4 on the left. There's 8 on the right. And I would take 4 away. This represents the change. Okay, number 2 looks just like this one. Actually, it is this one. And it says, write an equation to describe the scale. Now, you'll notice that it is equal. And we read left to right. So that's the way we're going to write the equation, is from left to right. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We say 9, and it's balanced. It tells me so right here, equals 3 plus P. Then, that's part A. Part B says, using the scale, find the value of P. Well, if I take these 3 away, I need to take 3 away from this side. And we do that to keep it balanced. So if I've taken 3 away from each side, 6 would be what P equals. Number 3, how can you make changes to one side so that the scale is balanced? So again, part A, what could you do to the left? Well, we got to figure out what we're starting with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 16. So 6. So if you want to make changes to the left, you would, to balance the scale, I would add 10 to the left side. I told the kids they only had to pick one side and say what they would do there. I tend to pick the left just because I always tend to. I don't know why. To balance the scale, I would add 10 to the left. Part B, what would my equation look like? Well, I start with 6. I would add 10. That would make it balanced, and that would give me 16. This is the right side. Oops. This is the right. 6 is represented by the left. And this plus 10 is the change that I made. Or you could say I'd take away 10 from the right, and you could show that. Okay? The next one, number 4. What is the weight of the stack of paper? Explain your thinking. Well, it is equal, and I know that because of the picture. It's telling me right here. If I take 3 away from the left, I need to do the same to the right. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the paper equals 7 grams. I took 3 grams away from both sides. Okay, now the rest of the homework is 5 through 12, and 5, 6, and 7 are very similar to the 1 through 4 that we just did. And then the mixed practice, give it a try. And number 12 is a word problem, but they're just asking what the iguana weighs.